Yo, what's up guys, this is Mokels coming at you live here. I wanted to make this video because I have Metro PCS and I want you guys to choose the right phone for you. I have two Metro PCS phones. Alcatel Fierce 4. So which ones are better? I have my Apple iPod Touch set up here right now to have a timer. Start. So, the Samsung Galaxy ON5 on in 34 seconds. Stop. Okay, so the Samsung Galaxy ON5 has went on in 34 seconds. The Alcatel Fierce 4 took 52 seconds, almost a minute to start up. The speeds. So, as you can see, the Alcatel Fierce 4 is much better than the ON5 comparing the speeds. Now, how is it with the camera? Everyone uses the camera. We're going to hit record now on the Alcatel Fierce 4. So, we are filming on the Alcatel Fierce 4. Let's try the focus. Let's try to see focus on my Apple. The Apple logo. As you can see, focuses pretty nicely. Nice focus. Let's try to focus on the CM Storm. There you go. So as you guys can see, the Alcatel Fierce 4 has an okay camera, but it's not the best. It does run in 1280 by 720p, which is high definition by 720p, and the Samsung Galaxy ON5 also 720p, but that's 640 by 720, so it ain't as good. So let's do a quick video test with the Samsung Galaxy ON5. Recording with the Samsung Galaxy ON5. This is a close-up of the Apple iPod Touch, the Apple logo. And then we have the CM Storm. And here's the TV again. As you guys can see side by side, it is not the best camera that you can possibly get. And the front-facing camera has 40p and 40p. So the front-facing camera on this phone is much better than the Samsung Galaxy ON5. So let's do a video test on the Samsung Galaxy ON5. So guys, this is Mokels coming at you live on the Samsung Galaxy ON5. Not the best camera in the world, but it's tolerable. We're gonna do it on the Alcatel Fierce 4. Yo, so guys, this is Mokels coming at you live here on the Alcatel Fierce 4. Better frame rate, actually, now that I look at it. Alright, guys, that was the Alcatel Fierce 4. Now, let's try a landscape version of the front and back-facing camera. Hey, guys, this is the Alcatel Fierce 4. This is landscaping. This is in 720p. What's the iPod? I'm just going to do the same things over and over again. Here's the iPod Touch in landscape mode, as you can see. Let's do a nickel as well. Here's a nickel. Very, very nice nickel. I just saw it. There you go. And there is the CM Storm. Alright guys, now we're on to the Samsung Galaxy ON5. So here is the Apple iPod Touch right there, as you can see. And then we have the CM Storm. And then we have the nickel, the very nice nickel. I like nickels. Alright guys, so now we're going to do the front-facing camera with the landscape mode. Oop, covering the camera there. Yo guys, this is Mokels coming at you live here. Here is the camera. Let's try to see if I can focus that in. Alright, so that is the camera I'm filming on right now. So, this was the Fierce 4. Alright guys, so that was the Alcatel Fierce 4. Now we are going to be doing the Samsung Galaxy ON5. Guys, as you can see, lighting isn't as good as the Fierce 4. Try to focus in here on the camera. Ooh, got a text message. Actually, it wasn't a text message, but as you guys can see, both of these backs do come off. Get my iPod out of here. I don't know about that. And this nickel's on the in here. So here is the back of the Samsung Galaxy ON5. And here is the back of the Alcatel Fierce 4. Now, as you guys can see, the Alcatel Fierce 4 does not have a removable battery, but the Samsung Galaxy ON5 most certainly does have a removable battery, which makes it much easier in case this battery explodes or anything happens. So, turn this back on while we look at the back. So, it has a micro SD card slot for extra storage up to 128 gigabytes, and then we have 2600 milliamp hour battery. Wireless with the Alcatel Fierce 4 has a 2500 milliamp hour battery, which is just 100 milliamp hours worse, but not really horrible. So, speaking of, we're talking about micro SD chips, this also as well has a micro SD chip slot. I actually have the one that was in there as well. Slide that back in there. And then we have your SIM card, obviously. And then the speaker, just like, it's like a metal little thing. It doesn't really look like anything good. Actually, it's kind of ugly in my opinion. Then we have the sticker saying you can't remove it, blah, 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 blah. And then that's pretty much it with the back and the specs of the back. Let's work on build quality here. This is where it kind of lacked for the Samsung Galaxy ON5. I'm actually surprised Samsung even, like, tried to make something this cheap. So the Samsung Galaxy ON5 goes for $39.99 on Metro, and the Alcatel Fierce 4 goes for about $100 on Metro PCS. $99.99. So build quality on the Samsung Galaxy ON5, cheap plastic. That's all it is, very cheap plastic. The glass as well is cheap plastic, and yeah, so I decide as well, very cheap plastic. So you can see it's not metal, although it looks like metal, it's not. Memory capacity, so you can get the Samsung Galaxy ON5 for 8 gigabytes, that's the only option you can get. Internal, or I mean external memory, like that SIM card chip, but the micro SD, I mean. But the thing is, you need to have more than 8 gigabytes to download and then move those apps to your SD card, which kind of sucks. With this Samsung Galaxy ON5, like I said, goes for $39.99 on Metro, and this goes for $100. So, yeah. So, I mean, I had this phone for about a year now. I mean, I had no problems with it. I also had an iPhone before this, if you guys didn't know. I had an iPhone 5, and then I had an iPhone 5C right after that. So, both of these phones are very slow to me, considering I had an iPhone, which are very fast, and yeah. So, I mean, I had no problem with it for the year that I had it, but I had this phone for a few days now, and I like it much better, the camera and all. So, like I said, cheap plastic, everything is cheap plastic. I don't even know how the heck this cracked like that. It's actually dragon tail glass. I have no idea what the heck that is. I actually have a little thing up here so I can give you the right information. But, yeah, so, cheap plastic. And then this also is plastic, but this is hard plastic. If you guys can see, this back kind of, like, bends, like, very easily, as you can see. But the back of the Alcatel Fierce feels like if you bent it, it would just snap in half, which is why I'm not going to try that. So this is also plastic, but hard plastic, which I like about it. This as well. The sides are also hard plastic, and the front is hard plastic as well. So, something about that I don't like about the Alcatel Fierce 4, as you can see on the Samsung Galaxy ON5, the volume buttons are on the left side of the phone, and then you have the power button, so it makes, like, the hand feel very comfortable, pressing these with your pointer finger, and then pressing the power switch with your thumb. But with the Alcatel Fierce 4, there are no buttons on the side, and all the buttons are on this side. It kind of blends in with the metal, or the plastic, but you guys can see there. This will be the power switch, and then these will be... So you'll have the power switch here. I wish I can get like a good view. I can't really get a good view. There you go. And these are the volume switches, which I don't really like that. I think Samsung did a good job with this. And also, the Samsung Galaxy ON5 does not have an LED notification light. So, which means if you get a notification, you will not have a light to go with it, which kind of sucks. And if you guys know what an LED notification light technically is, it technically is when you get a notification and you don't know that you have a notification. So your phone's far away, you don't want to go get it because you're a freaking lazy bum, and you don't know if you have a notification or not. So like me, I'm a lazy bum. Kind of helpful. If you guys can notice here, I'm going to do a test text message. So, there you go. That's going to ring. Now, as you can see here, there is an LED light that'll blink every like 5-10 seconds or so. There you go. See that little light that just blinked right there? So, that's how you know they have a text message or email, Facebook post, or anything. Doesn't really... It tells you from the LED light that is in the phone. But the Samsung Galaxy ON5 does not have an LED light indicator, which kind of sucks. So the thing I like about the Samsung Galaxy ON5 I don't like about the Alcatel Fierce is this Samsung Galaxy ON5, of course, has a physical button, while the Alcatel Fierce does not. It doesn't really bother me that much. Like I said, it's just cheap plastic. It doesn't even click. As you guys can hear, I'm clicking it right now. It does not click because it is cheap plastic, like I said. And all the buttons with the Samsung Galaxy ON5 are very loose, too. You can feel they're so loose and cheap. But the Alcatel Fierce, they're very hard in. They're not really wiggling that much. But, like I said, the Alcatel Fierce does not have a clickable button. That bothers a lot of people, but not really me myself. So, the Samsung Galaxy ON5 has an 8GB storage, then it has 128GB up to 128 external storage, while the Alcatel Fierce 4 has a 16GB plus 128GB external storage you can add as well. So, just so I can show you guys really quickly, let me go into the settings. So, I can show you storage. And then you see how slow that loading time is as well. Storage, and then go back, and then type in storage. So, as you can see right there, that was just so much quicker. So, as you can see, 7.52 gigabytes used out of 8, and then here you see 9.49 gigabytes used out of 16. So as you can see, I have an internal storage, and I have the external storage with 30 gigabytes into it. 31. It says 29.71, but it's actually 31. But yeah, so, and with the phone itself, opening applications with the Alcatel Fierce 4 is much quicker. As you can see, I just opened the same weather application app. It took a pretty long time for the Samsung Galaxy ON5 to actually catch up with itself. Now, as you can see, much quicker with the Alcatel Fierce, plus the screen size makes it a much more nicer display. Now, with gaming, well, the Samsung Galaxy ON5 is the best with gaming. I currently don't really have any games on there for now, but trust me, take my word for it. Samsung Galaxy ON5 is not good with gaming. That's why I never had games on here. Plus, games takes up a lot of storage, which is another reason why I never actually ever had games on this phone. Also, lags like trash. I couldn't even play Pokemon Go on this thing. The lag was just miserable. So I have a few games here. I have Sonic Dash, Jetpack Joyride, Trivia Crack, Word Streak, and Bowling King. So, with the Jetpack Joyride, oop, didn't click it. Jetpack Joyride, so this game's pretty fun. I like this game, but I couldn't run on this for nothing. Actually, it would crash every single freaking time I tried to do it on this phone. Any game, if I can get, like, almost every game I got crash on this phone. The only time I ever played a game on this phone is when it actually launched. And when it did actually launch, it actually lagged like trash, which I didn't like about this phone. As you can see, this phone is much better with gameplay, much quicker, much smoother, and just so much better. Now, the Samsung Galaxy ON5 does have a much louder speaker while the Alcatel Fierce 4 does not have such a loud speaker. Personally, myself, the Samsung Galaxy ON5 speaker is much better, and yeah. Now, depending on internet, this really depends on the internet, but I'm going by the phone because sometimes the phone also takes some time. So what we're going to do is I am going on my YouTube and we're going to search up a video. Now also, the vibration on the Alcatel Fierce 4 is much powerfuler. That's not even a word. Much more powerful than the Samsung Galaxy ON5 itself. So, going on my videos, I'm going to go on my newest video, which is almost a week ago. Sorry for that, guys. Then I'm going to hit my latest project. So, as you can see, I mean, quality-wise, I just think that the Samsung Galaxy ON5 does drag a little bit. I mean, that's just in my perspective. You guys can think totally different. As you can see, quality-wise, the Alcatel Fierce 4 is a little better. Don't mind the cracks over there. So, here is blasting volume on the Alcatel Fierce 4.
So, I need to add some stuff inside of it.
As you can see.
Yeah, so
and then blasting volume on the Samsung Galaxy ON5.
Still need to add, because it still looks like a box.
So as you can see, the volume is much louder on the Samsung Galaxy ON5, but not that by that much. Honestly, I can totally tell the difference. It's not horrible though, it doesn't kill me. Also, something I have to get used to as well is the Windows button is on the left side on the Samsung Galaxy ON5, while the Windows button is on the right side on here. Considering I had this for a year and only had this for a few days, it does trick me sometimes. Try to hit this and I accidentally hit the back, while the back is over here on the Samsung. But yeah. So yeah, guys, I really just went through a whole entire thing on what I think about these two phones. Which one's better? The Alcatel Fierce, in my opinion, but you guys can go from what you want to go to. You guys go watch somebody else. So yeah. So honestly, I think this is better. And yeah. So thanks for watching. Like I said, Samsung Galaxy ON5 go for $39.99 on the Metro PCS store and in store. And you can get the Alcatel Fierce 4 for $100 on the online store and in physical stores. So yeah. So it also takes. They also both have headphone jacks. But the thing I really don't like about this is the headphone jacks on the top. I don't know why. I hate that. But yeah, so they both take the same charging and everything. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and honestly, get the Alcatel Fierce for the extra $70. I think it's worth it. Actually, $60, $39, $40. So I would get the Alcatel Fierce for the extra $40. If you don't have the extra $40, go for the Samsung Galaxy ON5. But yeah. So thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, voice cracking, as always, stay awesome. Oh, God, I'm at 31% already? Jeez.